Good everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Precious Plagi and I am my sister's caregiver and I am my sister's keeper. If you're watching this, you're watching our episode 4. I'm not sure if I should keep indicating what episode we are on, but yeah, episode 4 it is. So today I just want to talk about the financial struggles that come with the journey of caregiving. Something that we never really want to talk about, or something that we never really want to open up about, because all of us want to appear as if we are affording. There is not a single person, maybe a few, there's no person who wants to appear in the internet and say something like, oh, well, I'm not affording, especially if they don't look like they are problems. But there are so many financial struggles that come or that are associated with the caregiving journey. And as somebody who was given all the family's financial demands from a very young age because umama couldn't work, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And while I'm navigating this journey with my sister, I start to think back, Hugoти, you know what? This is not easy. We do it, but it is not easy at all. So it becomes really, really challenging when you are navigating the caregiving journey and you have your own financial struggles and your kids' financial issues or financial demands as well. So you find yourself suffocating most of the time, and you look around you and you don't see anybody who's going to come to relieve you. And then you are on your own. So you just continue moving, hard as it is. As much as I am my sister's caregiver, this doesn't mean that I'm no longer a parent. I am still a parent, and my kids have their own financial demands. Things like fees, food, clothes, every single thing that you can think of as a parent that is expected from you. So imagine you are navigating life, you have your own financial crisis, you have your own kids, and you are navigating life as a single parent as well. How hectic can that be? And not only as a single parent, but you are a single parent in every way possible, financially, every way possible, and you have exhausted all the options that you can think of to get somebody else to come to your aid who has made these kids with you, and to a point where you're like, you know what, it's okay, it is what it is, and then you just continue moving on your own. So it's been really rough. And then at times you find yourself, you are with your peers or around your peers, you don't even look like you're somebody who's working, because you're carrying all these financial needs, you're carrying everybody in your hands, with your tiny hands, with your salary that can't even take care of you alone, but you have to stretch it so that it can cover everybody, and you find yourself suffocating every single month. And I can bet on you that there were so many times where people looked at me and be like, but she's working, she doesn't even look like she's working. Because there will be so many times something will have to be done. Let's say girls are planning to go to Cape Town or Durban or wherever. I can't. I don't have money, but I'm working, right? And you are in a position where you can't even buy your necessities, because what? It's hectic. Not only does caregiving come for your energy, it also comes for your finances, and it also comes for your dreams, because there are so many people that I've seen their lives had taken a different turn as soon as they found themselves having a child with special needs. Because once you have a child, and that child is fully dependent, trust me, your life is bound to change. No matter what, it is bound to change, especially if you're going to make a decision that you will be with this person for as long as they live. You're not going to place them in a facility, but you are going to take on this caregiving journey on your own. It will be challenging. It becomes even more challenging if you don't even have a support structure. So it is not a secret that when Umama passed away, she didn't leave. She left nothing, absolutely nothing. She left zero. Um, there was not even a 2 rand in the bank, and there was no inheritance that we can get or that we got. There were no life covers that we can claim from because Unokolo is fully dependent. So at some point, Umama had to stop working completely. And while she had stopped working, she had us as well. She has my brothers, and our fathers are not even taking care of us. So she was this single mother whose firstborn is living with disability, and the other kids are struggling financially because she cannot even be in a position to cover their financial needs. And then that had to force me, or that forced me to grow up a bit faster or quicker than expected, be responsible more than everybody else around me so that I can take over all the financial needs of my family. Before I became a parent to my own kids, I had to be a parent to my siblings. Before I could even pay for my kids' needs or fees, I knew how to pay for fees because I was doing that for my brothers and worrying about what are they going to do after grade 12 and all those things. So this is not only my reality. There are so many firstborns, or there are so many people who find themselves in a position like this where the parent has a child with special needs, and meaning that life changes for you, obviously, and especially if you are just on your own and the person that you share a kid with has decided to check out for one reason or another. So um, that responsibility is bound to fall on your kids or on your family if you've got a family that supports you. And unfortunately for my mom, it had to be me. Or unfortunately for me, it had to be me who takes over all the financial burdens. And you know, this caregiving journey, there are moments where you have to choose what's urgent and what's not urgent. What can I cover now? And then what can I cover later on? Because here you are a parent, your children are in need of you, and now you find yourself navigating this life with the person who's living with disability, who is my sister at this point, and this person has needs, serious needs. You know, when you are a parent and you have just birthed a child, you know that there are going to be milestones that that child is going to reach. And you know, okay, they're going to be out of formula, they're going to be out of diapers at some point, they're going to be fully independent, they're going to eat solid food. But what happens when that child is stuck in the baby stages? For as long as they live, this person still needs diapers, this person needs hospital visits, this person needs medication. There are so many needs, and this person has a special diet, she doesn't eat everything. And then a lot of people are so quick to come and say, but she's getting a grant. Do you know how much it is? What does it cover? It covers absolutely a small portion of their needs, and the rest of their needs are on you. The rest of their needs are on you, and you have to make sure that there is a roof over this person. You can only imagine how hectic it has been, because when Umama passed away, obviously all the financial needs now are on me. Like, there's no joke, they are on me. And this person that you're taking care of is in need of a shelter, they are in need of a roof over their heads, and they need to be well taken care of as well. Their diet is so strict. They don't eat everything. So you can only imagine what goes on. And so when I had to find a bigger place to stay, because not only am I responsible for my kids, I'm also responsible for them. So now you have to find a bigger place to stay, and that comes with high rental. And here you are suffocating and choking every single month. But what else can you do other than to continue showing up and trusting the process? You don't even know what's happening, you don't even know what you're doing, but you just keep on going as if you are this person who is operating with a battery. You just continue moving every single month. I think there was a point where things were really, really hectic, to a point where I was borrowing money from Peter to pay John, from John to pay another one. Like, that cycle that you do, that cycle you do when you borrow money from this one to pay that one. You do that, that's how things were so hectic. But we continued moving and we continued showing up. And I want us to talk about these things and not to normalize them, but to sort of put a magnifying glass on them, to say these are the real struggles that we faced with on a daily basis. And I'm not the only firstborn that had to take over the family when tragic happens. I'm not the first one, and we don't talk about these things. We don't talk about them. We need to really talk about things that affect us or things that change our lives. When it comes to the journey of caregiving, not only does it come for you, like I've said, physically, your dreams too. Your dreams have to take a different turn. You had planned to go this direction, and then boom, something unexpected happens. And then now your dreams have to be placed on hold, or you have to do something else and not follow your dreams fully. And this brings me to this point, Yoguti. I know life is so unpredictable, and one minute you think that you've got everything figured out, and to find out later ukuthi no, I didn't have it all figured out, or I thought I knew what I was doing. So so life can happen to just about anyone, and pain can happen to just about anyone. But I strongly believe, now that I'm in this position, that it is so important that we plan our future before we bring kids into this world. It is so important that we make sure that we have secured ourselves. If you're planning of studying, go study, go chase those dreams, go travel the world, do the things that you desire to do before you bring these kids into this world. And also look at all the angles before you make that decision. No matter how good things are in your relationship right now, look at all angles and ask yourself questions. If this road leads this way, or if we hit a bump, how will I survive with this kid on my own? Will I be able to take care of them without breaking, or without putting someone else's life on hold? Or will I be able to cover all their financial needs? As much as I don't have to, but if the situation comes forcing you to cover everything of that child, will you be in the position to do that? And then I think if we can think about those things before we bring kids into this world, we can sort of try to ease the pain on the firstborns, or we ease the pain on the kids that have to be deputy parents a lot. And I know our parents maybe thought they knew what they were doing, and we really cannot blame them. But what are we doing differently than what they did? So, did we learn anything from that? Practical example, I found myself being a single mother as well, just like my mom. And like I've said, I've exhausted all options of trying to get this person or the other party to support the kids, to a point where I got really so tired, because there is nothing that will get you tired than the back and forth that you have to do to maintenance courts, right? So I can safely say I didn't do better. I didn't do myself justice. Maybe I could have waited a bit and followed the dreams, or did all the things that I wanted to do, and made sure that, okay, before bringing these kids into this world, I am secure. But then again, life happens, and none of us know what tomorrow holds for us. Anyway, I don't want to make this episode so lengthy. I just hope and I just pray that um, we get out of all the financial messes that we are in, because this is not easy. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in again today. I will see you on my next episode. I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about, but one of the things that I would like you to keep in your mind when you tune in into my channel is that you're not going to find perfect here. You're never going to find it, no matter how much you look for it. You're never going to find it anyway. And I'm going to give it to you as unfiltered as it is. I'm not going to put filters on my life to try to make myself look like I've got everything covered, I've got it all figured out. I have nothing figured out. I'm still in a mess, like in messes that you can not even begin to imagine. But the grace of God is so good. It covers us, and we don't even look like the things that we go through. And another thing that I've realized is that you cannot be in a position where, or you cannot grow up around somebody with special needs and lack compassion and lack empathy. So you become more compassionate, you become more kinder to people, you become more empathetic. And so that's why we don't carry our problems with us. That's why when you even meet us, we are these pleasant human beings who are always smiling, who are always ready to welcome you regardless of whatever that we are going through. Maybe it is time that we learn to be kinder to other people, because we never know what others are going through. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on our next episode.